that mic and push it over here. There we go. All right. All right. We tried to use one of our old microphones. Didn't work really well. And now we have audio. Good deal. Nice start. We have some very special guests in the studio. Tonight, I do believe, is a performance of the United States Air Force Band from Mid-America. And we have in studio a number of folks with us this morning. Let us start with the lieutenant and grab that mic and pull it over toward you, Lieutenant, because we are short one. Yep. And your name is?
Good morning, Art. My name is Lieutenant Luke Camadio. I'm the flight commander and associate conductor of the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America from Scott Air Force Base. And we have the Midwest Winds with us, our 5-member woodwind quintet, comprised of flute, oboe, bassoon, clarinet, and horn, here to make some music this morning.
Let's let them introduce themselves. Start with the horn, French horn. And you are?
Good morning. My name is Staff Sergeant Abigail Martin, and I'm originally from Johnsburg, Illinois.
Illinois. On the clarinet?
Good morning. I'm Airman First Class Destiny Lerma. I'm originally from Denton, Texas, and I'm on the clarinet.
And on the bass, is that a bass oboe or a bassoon? Or?
This is a bassoon,
It
actually.
is a bassoon?
My name is Senior Airman Daniel St. John, and I'm from San Diego, California.
Oh, one of my favorite cities. Wouldn't want to live there, but love to go there.
Beautiful.
Good morning. I'm Senior Airman Max Lynn. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I'm the flutist of the group.
And on the
Good
oboe?
morning. I am Technical Sergeant Jason Williams, and I'm originally from Ringgold, Georgia, which is just outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
So, typically, when you guys joined the Air Force, did you join to be musicians, or did you have other, specifications?
So actually, we do things a little bit backwards in the band, if you will. We actually all have to win an audition prior to enlisting in the Air Force. So the majority of us, actually everyone standing here today, has multiple degrees in music, bachelor's, master's, doctorate. And just like a professional orchestra audition, we have to win an audition to be in this group. And once you win the job, then you get to go to the recruiter and say, I have a guaranteed job. Here's my contract, and that's how you get started with basic training.
So you have to go through basic.
Yes, all of us.
Then it's into music school. Basically.
No, all of us have already gone to music school. So all of us have a bachelor's degree in music.
At least?
At least. I think everyone standing here has a master's degree. A couple of us have doctorates. So we kind of do all of our schooling and training first, and then we audition for the Air Force Band.
So I have to ask, bachelor's, master's, doctorates.
Yes, sir.
You got to be talented musicians. Why the Air Force?
It's a great job. It's a wonderful job. We get to travel all over, honor, inspire, connect audiences across the world. There are Air Force bands in Germany. There's an Air Force band in Japan. There's one in Hawaii. There are 7 here in the contiguous United States, and we get to go into schools and do master classes and bring wonderful, high quality music education into those schools for free. We do free performances for the public, and it's just a wonderful way to spread really high quality music to our communities.
So, Luke,
Yes,
you
sir.
have a music degree too?
Yes, yeah. I have 3 degrees, finished up my doctorate in conducting last year.
So why the Air Force for you?
We're the soundtrack of the Air Force, and as a public affairs unit, one of the joys of being an Air Force bandsman is that we get to represent the professionalism of the 650,000 total force civilians, active duty, guard, and reserve personnel all over the world defending our rights and protecting the Constitution, and we get to communicate that through the gift of music. And that's priceless, and it's worth so much here and abroad.
And it's a full-time gig for you guys, right? I mean, that's all you do.
Yes. So the band does over 350 performances annually in multiple configurations. And like you said, we're the Band of Mid-America. So we cover the Great Plains and the Midwest region. We have a 10-state AOR, area of responsibility. So we get around quite a bit.
Yeah. Got your own transportation?
Yes, yeah, we come in, set up, do a gig, in and out in about 8 hours, and then on to the next community.
How many members in this particular band?
We are a 60-member unit, so we have a concert band, which we're in the area as a concert band tonight. But we also perform as woodwind quintet, brass quintet, a couple rock bands, jazz band, jazz combos. I mean, you name it, we can do a lot with 60
Is there an
folks.
orchestra with strings too, or not?
We don't have a string orchestra, but we do a lot of that rep actually. So some folks that are super orchestral aficionados will play that orchestra rep, and some of that you'll hear actually tonight at our concert this evening too.
Which is at what time?
Our concert tonight is at 7 p.m. at the Midland Center for the Arts, free and open to the public.
Do you need to reserve space or just show up?
We ask that public audience members go to afbandtix.org, afbandtix.org, and reserve a ticket for the show tonight. The seats in the hall open up 10 minutes before the 7 o'clock start, so open to the public then if you didn't get a chance to snag a ticket. We know it's the end of the year, and there's a lot of school band concerts and graduations and things like that. So we say, grab your kids, grab aunts, uncle, grandparents, and just come on by and check us out.
You're in an area that prides itself in concert bands. We
Yes.
have the Eddie Concert Band in Saginaw, the Bay Area Concert Band in Bay City, and others, and there's one in Midland too, I believe. So you should be in good stead tonight. How long a program?
This is a 90-minute program. We're doing a variety of tunes, orchestral transcriptions, patriotic music, music with voice. Of course, it wouldn't be an Air Force Band concert without marches.
So Sousa's represented.
Oh, yes. We love our Sousa. We take him very seriously, but a couple of other fun marches and light pop as well.
All right, we're going to take a break. We come back. We're going to hear the 5 band members that we brought that have instruments with them today. And we will do that when we return here on the Art Lewis Show. But again, the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America tonight at the Midland Center for the Arts.
Spring is here, and it's time to see it.
All right, we're back with you in studio with us, members of the United States Air Force Band of Mid-America. And 5 of them brought their instruments. So we're going to listen to what's first? Liberty Bell? Is that what I heard? All right. It's all yours. Very good. I'm impressed two ways. I'm impressed, first of all, with the musicianship. And I'm impressed that an assistant conductor would sit there and not once raise his arms. Very nice. Very, very nice. So you do, you said 300 and some odd gigs a year. That's a ton of music.
Yes, our folks are doing these gigs at, of course, a really high operational tempo, a really high pace of gigs, and that's one of the reasons that folks will come and audition for an Air Force band and play with us, because the horn's always on your face, and it makes this more than just a job for our people to communicate and celebrate our airmen, connect with communities, while also doing what you love. I mean, it's a very, very special gig, and our folks have a unique zeal for that mission.
Treated differently? Is the unit treated any differently than anybody else in the Air Force?
I think that as a public affairs unit, we do get to see both sides of the curtain, just like operational cameraman or a videographer who's on the front lines. Our folks will, especially overseas, play gigs at embassies or diplomatic events and really serve as a connector, not just U.S. citizen to U.S. citizen, but also U.S. to other countries. And when you are a part of that process, it is different and it is special because you get to represent and see that humanity.
Are you locked into your 10-state area, or do you travel outside of that?
So we cover our home 10 states really, really well. They're our priority. But our band members deploy actually to the Middle East as part of U.S. Central Command. And there they represent the U.S. and Air Force interests in the Middle Eastern region, in Southwest Asia. We also send our folks to support bands in the Indo-Pacific region and Europe. So we take care of our home crowd, but we're out representing the Air Force abroad quite a bit.
And do the members typically rotate then?
Yes. So you can expect that maybe as a drummer, as a vocalist, maybe a member of one of our rock groups, that you could change stations several times throughout your career. We try to get folks to the European and the Indo-Pacific bands and make sure that those are fully manned and fully operational all the time. And then folks might come back to a different band when they return stateside. But if you're maybe a flute player, oboe player, it's a little bit less frequent of station change.
So how many of you have changed? Have you changed?
Yes.
How many times have you changed?
Well, I'm somebody that switched branches. I was originally in the Army.
You were in the Army,
So,
yes. That's a big change.
I've had about, I think, 5 moves now.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm. But I've been in 13 years, so that's probably about
That
half.
include the Army, or is that
Yes, sir.
13?
Yep.
What made you change branches, just out of curiosity?
Just curious. I always liked the quality of the Air Force musicians that I heard, and I just wanted to see what it was like to be in blues. So the opportunity came, and I was able to audition, and it worked out.
Interesting. Anybody else done multiple tours? All been in the band. Well, you've only been around 7 months. Yeah. Lieutenant's only been around 8, so you haven't been anywhere either, have you?
Yes,
have you really?
You're correct. I've only been at Scott Air Force Base. The Band of Mid-America is out of Scott Air Force Base, right across the river from St. Louis.
Right.
So we're in that metro area, but based in Illinois. But a couple of our folks, have PCS'd as well, permanent change of station. That's what we say for travel in change of station in the Air Force.
So let me ask, as musicians, when you joined the Air Force Band, were there any surprises? How was it compared to other groups that you've played with through college and what have you?
I think it's very different to play in a wind band versus playing in an orchestra. Just there's less personnel, more time on your face. I knew we would tour a lot, but depending on the season that you're in, right? We all go through seasons of busyness and not so busy. You could be on the road a lot. My husband and I are actually both in the band and in separate small groups. So he's in the jazz band and I was in the woodwind quintet and the brass quintet, and both of us are in concert band and ceremonial band. So sometimes there would be weeks where we're like ships passing in the night, and sometimes I don't think you expect how busy it's going to be sometimes, and it's just one of those things where you keep saying when things calm down. And the good thing is that we're in high demand, so it's good. We're gainfully employed, and people want to hear us, and we're happy to do it. But I don't think I expected sometimes how busy it can get. So we have to get really good at multitasking and making sure that you're taking care of yourself on the road, staying healthy and all of that.
You mentioned, Lieutenant, and I'd never realized this, the Department of War is the biggest employer of musicians.
That is correct. DOW is the biggest employer of musicians in the world. There is a strong tradition of military bands, not just in this country, but really all over the world.
Right.
There is a historical function of course, a bugler, a drummer communicating messages across the battlefield. But still today, music has been a part of all of our very important life events, weddings, funerals. That translates to the military, changes of command, patriotic events. Music always helps. It always makes the event feel right. And militaries all over the world have recognized that and embraced that for a long time. And the U.S. military does it better than anyone else.
And in terms of scheduling, who does all that? I mean, you're doing 300 dates a year. You got to have an office staff to choke a horse.
Well, it's an interesting question because the band actually manages its own operations. So the same folks that you see on stage playing all around the region, they come into the office and they receive requests. They handle our unit training and purchasing instruments and making sure that the organization runs. So the peek behind the curtain is actually we manage ourselves, and it serves to highlight our ownership of the organization. We really take pride in what we do, and we are committed to making sure that we have a quality product out there all the time.
Now, I see on quite a few members a lot of ribbons on a chest. Are they all music related?
I guess I have the most ribbons here.
Yeah, 13 years worth.
Yeah, 13 years worth. No, in fact, most of them I think are like basic training graduations. I have one for Army and Air Force. Good Conduct Medal, that's something every 3 years.
Oh, is that a mixture of Army and Air?
Yes, sir.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was able to wear both, thankfully. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Just, I would say probably out of this entire rack of, what is that, almost 18, only about 3 are music related. The rest are just military, going to schools, or your time in the unit. Every so many years they give us a ribbon to say thank you for your work that you've done.
Was it any different in the Army?
It was the same.
Same?
Yes, sir.
In terms of playing and everything else?
Same thing.
Worked out well for you, didn't it?
Can't complain.
All right, we're going to take a break, come back. We'll hear again from our musicians, the United States Air Force Band of Mid-America, performing tonight, Midland Center of the Arts, 7 o'clock, and we'll tell you again about reserving seats. I would prefer you do that, and we'll tell you more when we get back.
At Crystal Clear Hearing in Sac.
Hi, we're back with you, and in studio, members of the United States Air Force Band of Mid-America. And we have a wood quintet with us this morning in studio. And they have one other number prepared for us. And once again, Lieutenant Luke will sit there without moving his arms as they play their music. It's amazing how a conductor can do that. Whenever you're ready, take it away. sat here watching Luke bounce his head up and down. I want to do something. I'm going to ask you to do me a favor, each of you. For the audience that may not be familiar with all the instruments, I want you to each give me 30 seconds or so on your instrument of anything you want to play, whether it's scales, I don't care. I just want the audience to hear the sound of your instrument. We'll start with the French horn, who has this. Now I understand why she had this look on her face. Who wants to go first? We'll do it that way. Anybody?
Flute. Yeah, so I'm Senior Airman Maxlin. I'm the flutist of the group. So the flute is a woodwind instrument, and my flute is made of metal, but most flutes, flutes back in the day were made out of wood, which is why it's in the woodwind instrument. So unlike my woodwind colleagues, I don't have a reed, and they'll explain their reeds to you. They love talking about reeds. So the flute can play really high, and it's kind of like the bird of the orchestral world. I'll just play something from Peter and the Wolf. This is called the Bird Solo.
And it's not quite as high as a piccolo, but it's, piccolo's been part of American music since the Revolutionary War. I mean, do you play piccolo too?
I do. Piccolo is an octave higher than the flute,
Yeah.
but it's not with me. You'll hear it tonight, though.
Who's next?
Clarinet, you want to go?
Clarinet.
So right here I have a clarinet, and a clarinet is another instrument, a part of the woodwind group. And my instrument is made out of wood. And we do have a reed, a single reed, cane reed, that is used to make sound. Without this, I would not be able to make a sound on the instrument. And
Which is what most people told me I should do when I played it.
Yeah. And fun fact, the clarinet is probably one of the only instruments I could play, just woodwind instruments I can play extremely quiet. So that creates a really unique color in the orchestra and band, especially when you have a whole section of clarinets playing in this really soft dynamic. It just brings like a really unique color to the music.
And from my day, we used to call it the licorice stick.
The licorice stick. I've never heard that before.
You never heard that before?
No.
That's what we called clarinets back in the day.
Well,
Yeah.
So here's a little bit of a lick. Hopefully I remember it off the top of my head.
A little Gershwin.
Little Gershwin.
Hey, very good. All right, who's going to be brave?
I'll do next.
Okay.
My name is Tech Sergeant Jason Williams. I am the oboist of the group, and like the clarinet has a single reed, we have a double reed. So if you take the reed out of the instrument by itself,
It's annoying.
it's very annoying.
Yeah, I recognize that.
Yeah, but once you put it in the instrument and you start playing. So the oboe usually has the nice, pretty solos in band music and the orchestra music. So I'll play one of those that I can remember, I think.
Very good. Bassoon next.
Bassoon is next. Hello, everyone. I am Senior Airman Daniel St. John. I play the bassoon. Much like the oboe, I also have a double reed that I play on. So unlike the clarinet that has a single reed that vibrates against the mouthpiece, my reed is sort of my instrument. And so when I take it off of the bocal, which is the metal part that plugs into the bassoon, it sounds like this.
Just as annoying as
Just
his.
as annoying. Only difference is a little bit bigger.
A little deeper.
A little deeper because my instrument is a lot bigger than the oboe. And so because of that, I can play much, much lower. But what I really value about the bassoon is we have a very wide range. We play a little over 3 octaves. So it's fun being in the woodwind quintet, being able to play low and high at the same time. But we are another orchestral-focused instrument, and so I have a little solo that you might recognize from Scheherazade.
Very nice. Well, sorry, but it finally got to you.
Don't be sorry. I just needed some time to empty my horn because it is 22.5 feet long if you unroll it.
Yeah.
And, I get some condensation buildup in there, so I just needed a minute to empty all my slides out. But hi, once again, I'm Staff Sergeant Martin. I play the French horn, or horn. If you talk to any horn player, it's just horn. And I love the horn. My dad was a professional horn player, so I got to grow up
That's where you got it from,
Yes. And kind of like the bassoon, we get treated differently depending on the group we're in, right? In the brass quintet, I'm actually kind of like a mid-high kind of glue instrument between the low brass and the trumpets. And in this group, I sometimes act like the bass voice and sometimes the second from the bottom voice. So it's very different playing between the two groups, right? The horn also kind of is an interesting instrument because depending on how high you can lip things, depends on what your range is. So it can be very low, kind of like a little bit of Mahler the minor for Jaka. And then we can do things like the opening of Tchaikovsky, which is like kind of mid-high and very, very loud. So sorry. So, and then we can do things, and the range is just kind of all over the place. You can't just press the valve down and blow and have the note come out. The harmonic series, depending on where you have your aperture and your embouchure located, you can do, anything. And that was all just with no valve. So all of those notes and everything in between.
It's all lip work.
Yep.
Very good. Thank you all. I appreciate that. We're going to take our last break, come back. We'll remind you about tonight's concert and how you can reserve seats. All of that is ahead after these notes. Let me take a moment to ask you how you slept last night, because in this day and age, we're asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed, and in theory, you spend a third of your life there, if you figure it out, 8 hours a day, you need quality sleep, and you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but you can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. They feature a 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home, so you don't have to wait around all day. And if you have an RV or a boat, Sanitary Mattress will custom make a mattress for you to your exact size, something the box stores can't do. Visit the Sanitary Mattress Factory and Showroom at 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them online at sanitarymattress.com or call them at 989-753-1757. Sanitary Mattress, serving the Great Lakes Bay region since 1935.
Give Local Midland is a great...
We're back with you here on WSGW. In studio with me from the United States Air Force Band of America, we have a woodwind quintet, and also its spokesman, Lieutenant Luke, who is with us, and he is also the associate conductor of the group. Let's go over again tonight. What time?
So we play at 7 o'clock at the Midland Center for the Arts. We are free and open to the public. So we ask that you, if you have the chance, go ahead and reserve a free ticket at afbandtix.org. That's afbandtix.org. However, if you don't get a chance to reserve a ticket, still come on by. The doors open to everyone at 6:30, and we'd love to see you, family, friends, anyone you can bring.
And let me explain, ladies and gentlemen, the word free. Translation, your tax dollars at work. in a positive way.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We honor our veterans, inspire patriotism here on the occasion of our 250th anniversary, and want to connect with all of you.
And will we at some point hear the Air Force song?
Not only will you hear the Air Force song, we end the concert by recognizing all our veterans, of course, with the Armed Services Medley.
So you do the Armed Services Medley.
Of course. However, one of the charts that we are doing tonight is also a concert fantasia on the Air Force song. So it's the Air Force song expanded to about 8 minutes of music done by our in-house staff arranger. So we like the song. We like doing it.
So do you have roadies that travel with you? I mean, who's responsible for setting up the stage?
Oh, we are our
Moving on?
roadies. The folks in front of you, the
They're all
Midwest
so
Winds.
important to each
Yes, yeah, absolutely. We are all out there hustling to make the mission happen tonight at 7
Well, he
o'clock.
just handed me a piece of paper. You can read what it says.
And we just found out tonight is a sold-out show. However, don't let that stop you from coming by, because you can come in at 6:30, 6:45, and still snag an open seat. Becomes a free-for-all at that point. So come by, come check us out. We'd love to perform for you tonight.
And the show will run about how long?
The show is 90 minutes. We actually have a flight simulator out there.
I thought I was going to ask about that.
Yes, starting at about 6 o'clock, we'll have the flight sim out there. We have an active duty Air Force pilot there to really take you through like the controls, multi-screen setup. So we have activities. Yeah, come check us out before the show starts.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, at the Midland Center for the Arts, the United States Air Force Band of Mid-America. Lieutenant, and all of you, thank you much for being with us today. It was a great pleasure.
Thanks for having us, Art.
Wish you all well. Just shake your heads. Are you all into retirement age?
Yes.
Some yes. Some yes, some no, some maybe. Who knows? Well, we thank you much for spending time with us this morning. We appreciate it. We'll take our last break and then tell you what's ahead on Focus.
Ready to update your home and...
All right, our thanks to the U.S. Air Force Band of Mid-America and their quintet for being with us. Coming up on Focus, we'll chat with Ben from RoofMax this morning. Meantime, stick around for the news. CBS up to date on the nation and the world. Michael Percha with the region and the state. All coming up.
Broadcasting from the